Hello everyone. In this particular video, we are going to discuss the strategy of revising the entire subject of direct tax in the span of 1.5 days. I am going to share a very important resource with all of you I had referred during my preparation of the preparatory leave of CA finals. As I told you in the earlier video of CA final subject wise strategy that I had referred compact and compiler of Bhanwar Borana sir for my direct tax preparation. Here I have scanned the entire compact so that you can get benefit of this particular compact, as most of you were asking for this particular scan copy. So don't thank me for this particular scan. You'll need to thank two people. First of all, thank Bhavar Burana sir, who allowed me to scan this entire compact and entire content. So it is his content and he has allowed me to scan this. And secondly, I'd like to thank Bhavya Agarwal, a very close friend of mine, who helped me scan this entire compact. So this compact was not with me, of course. If it would have been with me, I would have scanned it. It was in Jaipur with one of my friend, and therefore Bhavya helped me to scan this entire compact. So thank you so much to both of them. Now let's analyze what was my strategy and how I was able to revise the entire content of direct tax in a span of 1.5 days. So first of all, I'd like to say that I had read this particular compact and then I had read all the four modules of direct tax, as I told you in the earlier video also. Parallelly, when I was reading the module, I found out some of the extra case laws or maybe some extra provisions, so that I had written it down on this particular compact itself. Now I have written the case laws as well as the question numbers which I found were useful in the modules, so that you just have to read this compact itself in a span of 1.5 days. So for most of you who ask me that how did you revise the entire content of direct tax in a span of 1.5 days, I tell them that I had referred this particular compact in that 1.5 days, and parallelly I had marked these particular illustrations from the modules. Okay, so these are the page numbers and these are the question numbers which I had marked from the modules itself. So you can understand the benefit here is that at the same time, like, you're reading the compact and at the same time you're also finishing off reading of your module itself. So parallelly you are reading the compact as well as the modules. So this is a very good strategy which I would recommend all of you. Whenever you're using two types of books, if you're using a reference book and if you're using a module, you have to ensure that you only refer to one particular book at that particular 1.5 days before the examination. What happens is that due to lack of time, it is not possible for a student to revise both the books, that is modules as well as reference books. So either stick to the module or stick to the reference books, but then give reference and give cross referencing of both these particular books on a one particular book. For instance, I have given the cross referencing of modules in this compact itself, so that at the time of revising this compact, automatically my module gets revised. So this was the importance of cross-referencing, and you can see that I have also written down the important case laws at the top side of the page. So this is a case law of CIT versus AN Naik Associates, and additionally I have also I had also written down some important points which I thought would be useful in terms of revising the entire content. So this is how I have revised the entire content of direct tax, and in this particular compact itself I have almost written all the questions which are given in the module which I thought would be important, and I had referred this compact itself at the end 1.5 days, at the last 1.5 days. So if you can see here, there's refer question number 14 of page 7.121. So this is page 7.121 of the institute's modules. Now you'll have to ensure that your module and my module might be different. My module was of November 2019 attempt, and there might be amendments subsequent to that particular attempt, so your module might be different. So you have to take care that these page numbers might slightly differ. So it might differ by maximum 2 or 3 pages. I don't think so it might differ by more than 2 or 3 pages, and therefore you'll have to take care while writing down the relevant question number on the relevant page number of the module. So this is how I had revised the entire content of direct taxation, and I had just written down the important section name and section numbers also, so that it becomes easier for me in terms of memorizing them before the examination. So one important advice which I would like to give all of you is that if you have time, do write these important section name and subsection name on a separate piece of paper. Since I did not have time for direct tax, at least I did not write them on a separate piece of paper, but then I revised them from these particular sections itself. So from this page itself there are so many important sections, so I did not revise the clauses, but then whichever clauses were important, which I thought would be important and might be asked in the examination, I revised those clauses and those subsections as well. So because of this, it was easier for me to memorize the section name and section number, and because of this I was able to score an exemption in my direct taxation paper also. you have to ensure that you try to cover the entire content within a span of 1.5 days. Now trust me, this is going to happen if you don't revise a particular topic in a span of 1.5 days, and if that particular topic comes in the examination, it is going to be very difficult for you to memorize that and recall that at the time of your answer writing. So this is going to be difficult, so try to ensure that you revise the entire content in a span of 1.5 days, and this is how you are going to revise the entire content within a span of 1.5 days, by marking the additional points given in the module in the compact itself and revising only one particular book in a span of 1.5 days. So here I have written all the case laws as I've told you, and this particular compact's plus point is that the all the bullet points have been given, so it is very easy for you to read this from this particular compact, because this is actually a colored book. Actually, I was not able to scan it within a colored format, but then I did it in a black and white format, and if you purchase this, it would be in a colored format. So it was interesting for me to read the direct text content from this book, because the content was very eye catchy, and the four types of colors were used in this particular compact. So it does not become monotonous to read this particular vast subject when there are so many colors and when the content is structurally organized. So this was my strategy of direct taxation, and I think this particular compact would be useful for all of you. You can just write down whatever important points you find on the particular page, and I'm sorry if there are some particular words which might not be visible for you, like for instance this particular word Hindustan Unilever Limited. So this has not been scanned properly, but then I think you will be able to manage, you'll be able to read it if you just try to figure it out. So I'm sorry for this, but then I think this would be useful for all of you. So this is all I'd like to say about this particular compact. If you want this, you can just download the link from the description box. So there are two links in the description box. One is of direct taxation, and second is of direct taxation subject itself, but the international taxation part, that is the 30 marks of part. So even in the international taxation compact of 30 marks, I had referred additional sections which were given in the module, and I have also mentioned the important questions which are there in the module, which you should refer one day before your examination. So there were some important case laws also given in the test your knowledge questions. So at the end of the chapter there are a lot of questions given, so these are the case laws which were given in that particular questions. So these might be useful for all of you, so just revise these particular questions once, so that you don't miss out if these questions come in your examination. Parallelly with the compact, I had also done the compiler. So what I had done, I had first read the compact, then I'd referred the module, and then I'd referred the same chapter from the compiler. So with this particular reading itself, automatically three readings happen. Okay, so you're reading the compact, you're reading the module, and you're solving the sums from the compiler. With this attitude, your concepts would get fixed in your mind, and trust me, you'll be able to score an exemption in direct taxation easily, despite the fact that it is one of the most vast subject in our CA final curriculum. So I think this video would be useful for all of you in terms of deciding how to approach the direct taxation subject, and you can just refer this particular compact if you find this particular compact useful. So thank you so much for watching this video. At the same time, I'd also like to thank Unacademy for sponsoring this video. So they have an upcoming batch for intermediate students from 25th of August at a very subsidized cost of 3,500 for 1 month subscription. You can also enhance or extend this particular subscription depending upon the interest and depending upon the availability which you have. So you can watch those lectures at your own time, and you can also ask the doubts to the faculties who are there on Unacademy. So this is the advantage of Unacademy. I'd like to thank them once again for sponsoring the video. Also, you can use my code, that is Kushal5, which is given in the description box, to avail a 10% discount. So if it is a cost of 3,500, then you can just pay 3,150. You can get a 10% discount by using my code. And thank you so much for watching this particular video. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.